I'm just about to reveal how you guys can start making money by partnering up with online businesses, and I'm talking about $500 per deal, all with the help of Google Maps. So let's get started. Here's a clear example of that. We're gonna get straight to the point. I've just searched for a dentist in Louisiana. Now, of course, you don't have to search for this specifically. This is just an example. When it comes to this method that I'm about to reveal step by step, you can either focus on local businesses in your city or in your country, or you can rather focus on places in the United States. And I personally recommend the latter. That's for a good reason, actually. It is way easier to sell services than even products to Americans. If you ever try selling items online, you probably know that the best audience to target is coming from the United States. They've just got a better buying power. This is a better demographic, right? But now here's the thing. Once you have performed that search, what you want to do is zoom into the map. There is a thing on Google Maps that is called Google Claim My Business. And I'm about to explain that concept thoroughly in just a second. If we click on a random listing right here on the left-hand side, we're gonna see all of their details. We've got a lot of different pictures, a whole description here, a website that is linked, a phone number, and all of this other information as well. But at the same time, there are a lot of businesses out there that show up on Google Maps which have not been claimed. They do not have personalized pictures, they do not have any contact information, not even working hours. And trust me, they are missing out. They're literally leaving money on the table. Let's just think about it for a second. So you've got a physical business somewhere in the United States. Let's just say that is a barber shop for the ease of simplicity, right? Well, if you're planning on expanding your reach, if you're planning on reaching out to more and more people, getting more customers, the best thing you can do is have a strong online presence. Unless you do that, whenever people search for a barbershop in your city, your place is not going to show up. And so you're leaving money on the table quite literally. But that's the thing about it. Claiming your business on Google is effortless. However, most people, most business owners do not have time for that because they've got business to do. They're not going to waste time claiming their business on Google, but that's where we can help them out. Let me show you how that's done. What you want to do is keep scrolling, keep searching through the results until you find one search result that matches our criteria. It is not claimed on Google. Now, in order to make sure that you don't waste several hours searching for one, you might want to focus on smaller cities. And guys, take a look at this one right here. This is just the perfect example. All I did was just switch my focus to a different city, a slightly smaller one, and I found the perfect candidate in a couple of seconds. Take a look at this. This is a genuine dental care cabinet, right? This is a real business, and as you can see, the business owner probably spent a lot of money building up this place. But at the same time, they are missing out. They've got pretty good reviews, but they are not getting as much exposure as they could. That's because whenever people search for a dentist in that particular city, Google is just going to display a random picture. This is probably just a picture from Google Street View. And as you can spot by taking a look at this feature right here, the business has not been claimed yet. That's what we're gonna help them. And now I'm about to walk you through the process one step at a time. So the first thing you want to do at this point, once you find a good candidate, is just take a screenshot. So I'm gonna do just that. Once that is out of the way, you want to go over to Canva and create a new design. Let's just go for a custom size, and that's it. Now, once you're here, you want to paste your screenshot and make sure that it fits and it looks good. Up next, you want to head over to the Elements section and search for a circle. That is because we want to emphasize the fact that this business is not claimed yet. So you want to pick one of these designs, make sure to make it red so that it stands out, and then outline the fact that the business is not claimed. There you have it. Now, you also want to search for an arrow just to point it out and make sure it points at that circle. Let's also add some text. You can just go for something very simple yet effective. Something that really stands out. Again, you are losing money because of this. Now, that will most certainly get people intrigued. Nobody wants to lose money, right? But we're not just gonna leave them hanging, and instead, we're gonna actually offer some value upfront for absolutely free in order to trigger some sort of reciprocity effect. I'm gonna explain that in a second. Here's what you need to do. We have just identified a business that is actually losing money because they have not claimed it on Google Maps just yet, right? What we want to do is help them claim their business. That is pretty self-explanatory, but you probably do not have that skill. This might actually be the first ever time you hear about that. And so what you can do is either head over to support.google.com and learn about how you can claim a business profile on Google, or you can just pay for somebody else's time and skills in order to do that for you. You can outsource the work. I'm not suggesting that you should just start spending hundreds of dollars at a time up front, but instead, you want to offer a little bit of value for free for that client, because that is how you're gonna convince them that you are well-intentioned. But let's take it one step at a time. I'm gonna click on the share button and just download this design onto my device. You want to go through this exact process for each and every single business that you identify. Now, in order to find someone who can genuinely help you with that kind of service, all you gotta do is connect to some freelancing websites such as Fiverr and search for it. You can search for something along the lines of Google Claim My Business, and you're gonna find over 700 different services available. So that's not gonna be too difficult. Most of the times it's gonna cost you about $5 to get it done. So again, this is insignificant, and it is definitely worth it because you're genuinely helping a business owner. You're grabbing their attention and you're getting your foot in the door, which is the most important part. Once you have delivered some sort of value, that is going to trigger that reciprocity. They're gonna think about it this way. Well, this guy has actually helped me. Now my business is claimed. I get to customize how it looks like when people search for it on the internet. So that is definitely gonna help me. And hopefully they're gonna start wondering, what else can this guy offer me that my business can profit off of? And that's where we're making money. Because up next, you want to upsell them. Once you get your foot in the door, what you want to do is help them even further. There are a lot of things you can do in order to optimize your online business. For instance, you can optimize your search engine optimization score. In other words, when somebody searches for a dentist in this city, you want to make sure that your business is the first one to pop up. But when it comes to SEO optimization, you're not going to provide this service for free, and this time you're going to charge for your contribution. And this is just an entry-level thing that you can do. You can take it one step further as well. Most businesses will have a website, right? At the end of the day, that is really important because that's how you're going to contact them. Most of the times, they'll also have a contact section, and you should be able to find their email address. If that's not the case, they probably do have a contact form that you can fill out. But more often than not, they also have some sort of social media platform. Instagram, Facebook, perhaps a YouTube channel, and that's our goldmine. That is precisely where we can keep a pretty good profit margin. If they have a social media platform, such as an Instagram account, we can help them by providing them with social media management services. We can be in charge of posting content on their social media, replying to DMs, doing everything we can in order to genuinely help them out. Again, we're talking about optimizing their website, managing their social media accounts, making sure they get as much exposure as possible so they can get more clients in the long run. So our contribution here is actually significant, and that is precisely why I'm saying that all in all, you can generate up to $500 for every single business you get in contact with. But now guys, there is a drawback to this whole method. Let me show you something. Finding these businesses that have not been claimed yet is pretty difficult. You're gonna have to search for quite a while. And even if you find one that is a suitable candidate, sometimes they will not have a website. They will only have a mobile phone number. If that is the case, you would have to call them. And I know that is not so comfortable for most of you watching this video. And it is not effective either. Because you might expect you cannot just send this picture through the phone. So ideally, you want to get an email address and get in touch with them via email. That is gonna be a lot more effective. And even then, even if you get their email address, you send them this picture, do not expect every single business to reply to your messages. That is never gonna happen. This is all a numbers game. You don't just want to send 1, 2, 3 emails per day. You want to send hundreds, as many as possible. Guys, let's just do the math here. Let's say we get an open rate of 10%. In other words, we've sent 100 emails to 100 different qualified businesses, and only 10% of them will actually open our email. That is only 10 businesses. Let's say only half of those are gonna reply to our DM. And out of those 5, 3 will probably just decline. So we are left off with 2 different businesses that we are in contact with. These are basically qualified leads. They are genuinely interested in the service we provide. And now it is game on. It is your responsibility to convince them that you are actually valuable and you're not just there to take their money. That's the tricky part. And that's where playing the numbers game is gonna help you out. At the end of the day, there are a few things to keep in mind here. The bottom line is this: you want to send as many emails as possible to qualified leads and try to provide as much value as possible up front. You want to help them claim their business for free, and once that is out of the way, you want to upsell them. Guys, I can manage your social media account. I can make sure that your business is optimized for search engines. I can also optimize your website. The more value you can bring, the more money you can charge for your services. You've got all the resources you need to make it work, and it is just a matter of taking action. That's it for now, and thanks for watching.